Hey there, Thundercats fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at Mezco's Mega Scale Panthro action figure from their Thundercats line. This figure was released probably a couple years ago now, I guess. But he's been sitting on shelves for a little while, gaining a little dust. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why, about a month ago I picked him up at Toys R Us for $5. I have no idea why the price was down so low. It didn't seem like he was in stores that long, but maybe I was just overlooking him for a long time. But yeah, $5. I definitely couldn't pass up on this figure. I do have Lion-O and mumm-ra, so at $5 I figure, well, now I've got my toe 3/5 of the way into the line, or 3/6, whatever they end up doing. So yeah, now I'm screwed. But this figure is actually really cool. Mezco hasn't put a whole lot of articulation in these things because that's not Mezco's bag anymore, but they have done a really good job at translating the figure from the cartoon style into a more realistic style, but keeping that sort of cartoon aesthetic, which is really cool. I mean, he's got like all kinds of like modern muscles and sculpting and everything, except it still looks like the classic character. Like the proportions are similar and everything. Looks great. As far as articulation, as I said, they're pretty limited. We do have a ball-jointed head, which hopefully I'm in frame here, yeah. So ball-jointed head has very nice range of motion. Up, down, left, right, of course, tilt. We've got a ball-jointed waist. Pretty decent range. It seems like I can get him to move more to his left than to his right, but it probably has something to do with the belt. Because of the way the belt is set, it's kind of it lends itself to turning a little bit more to the left, so it may not be, it may have just been the way the body was turned already. We've got ball and socket joints in the shoulders, and because of that, we've got a very nice range of motion. It goes forward and back. You can see that, the rotation, and then it goes out to the side quite a bit. They left a lot of space inside that cut hole inside the arm. So he's got a great range of motion there and can move in very close to the side. And as I said, you know, in and out and everything, so you can kind of straighten that out if you wanted to. Nothing in his elbows, unfortunately. I would have thought that with this armband here, they would have made another rotation point, but they did not. And there's nothing in this elbow either, which gets about the same range in the shoulder. And then swivels at the wrists. And this wrist is removable and can be changed out with another holding hand, which I'll show a little closer up in a second. But I showed you the ball-jointed waist. Nothing in the hips, nothing in the thighs, nothing in the knees. The tops of the boots, we've got swivels, which just go all the way around, and then the feet, we have swivels that go all the way around. And basically that's just to make sure that you've got a good balance point. Once you get him down to about here, then you just kind of have to turn the feet into a point where you know that he'll stay balanced. So, I mean, that's pretty much it on articulation. He's not very well articulated. As I said, this is very much a display piece. So let's get in a little closer and see what he's all about. So here's Panthro much closer up, and you can see he very much looks like his cartoon counterpart. They did a great job with the proportions on the face and everything. Everything just looks dynamite. I love his little snarl. For a scientist, he was a pretty BA dude. I guess maybe less a scientist, more of a technician, inventor. But yeah, very, very cool. Did a great job on the spikes. Now, what I was saying before is that they kept like all those traditional designs and everything. You know, the spikes, the Thundercats symbol on the belt and everything, the little ties on his boots and whatnot. But when you look close, you can see there's things like the striations of the muscles. The little bit here on the arm has got a little like dimpling in it. The muscles just have so much good detail on them. It looks like he's really like stretched and packed. There's a nice wash. This is like a lighter gray here, or grayish blue. And it kind of fades into this one a little bit, more like an airbrush, I guess. And they do the same thing on the insides of the hands. Very, very cool. No peg holes on the bottom of the feet. I can't really show that because he's so big, but no peg holes. But yeah, just outstanding looking, top to bottom. He just looks really, really nice. I mean, there's not a whole lot I can say about that. As I said, his hand does swap out, and it is a very simple peg system. You just give this a twist, and then take the other one and pop it right in, which actually goes in pretty easily. And then that could hold his other nunchuck. Now, he does have just enough articulation that, and the chain is just long enough that if you wanted to, you could make this work with two hands, which I think is very cool. The only downside, they've got these really beautiful nunchucks, and they did a really good job with the fist and everything. You know, it kind of looks like a panther, like paw. But still kind of a fist too. It's very strange. But they did a real chain and everything. But the downside is that when you do put it into his hand, you may want to heat it first, because you can see all that blue came right off onto that. So that's very unfortunate. I'll probably end up leaving this in his hands anyway, but yeah, I really wish that they could have done that a little bit better to reduce paint rub. See, I told you this was going to be a quick review. Not a whole lot to say about this guy. He's got excellent paint work. There's no bleed, or not much anyway, that you can see. It helps being such a large figure that they're able to kind of keep those lines a bit straighter. You saw the tempos on the eyes look very nice. I'm assuming they're tempos. They may be hand-painted, but I'm just guessing here. The Nunchuk, I love that they have the real chain on here. I love the interchangeable hands. You know, the open splayed hand is great for that kind of classic, like Bruce Lee hand out pose like that. Or the two fists if you want to have him doing some double Nunchuk action. And what's also cool is they did leave a little bit of a crack right here, like under this arm. You can see the ball joint goes all the way to the edge of his uniform. Here they left a small space where you can sort of tuck this up underneath, so when you close it, it will stay very nicely, which I appreciate. I assume that that wasn't just an accident, considering on this side they did it the other way. But yeah, outstanding action figure. As much of an action figure as it is, it's going to look great on your shelf, especially if you have the other mega scale figures. This is a 6-inch scale 3A figure and a 7-inch figure. This is Slimmerhead. 7-inch Wolverine from Diamond Select, Marvel Select. So just so you can get an idea, these are supposed to be in the 14-inch range. So if he's around 7 inches, I'd say that's right on par. So yeah, great figure. $5, you should definitely pick him up. If you can spot him and he ends up being $5 for, I have no idea why, definitely pick him up. If even at 20, 25, even $30, I mean, he's just a big, solid hunk of plastic that's very cool. He looks great, paint's great, sculpt is great. I don't know what else to say. Outstanding figure. Yeah, that's it, guys. If you have any questions or comments about this figure, anything you would like to know that I may have skipped over, please let me know in the comments below, and I will try to help you out. That's what I'm here for. I like to help people out. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.